have another project today. I know most of y'all that are subscribing now have multi-tap Keggerators, but you saw my previous Keggerator video. I purchased mine with a single tap tower. That's how it came. I got a really good deal on it. But now it's time to go ahead and put a second tap on it. So this video is about taking that tap and turning it into a 2-tap tower. I hope I don't screw that up. So I tried to find the same pieces that are on this one. So this is what I have. This piece here. This mounts to the tower. It's got a nice tight 90 on it. It should fit in that skinny tower. Same tap valve, body, whatever you want to call it. It's my 2 extra pins and my manifold and 10 feet of hose and 5 for each tap. I'm going to redo the other one that's in there because I don't think it's 5 feet, and it's giving me problems with a little bit initial foam blast when you fill your glass. And I've read that it's because the line is too short. They say a minimum of 5 feet on the tap hose. So here we go. So what we got to do here is this tap tower just does one of these quarter turns and comes right up. It's got a nice cam lock in there. So we took it down in the workshop, a tap tower, and the items that I'll need to go ahead and assemble that down here. I've got my drill index, my cordless drill, Phillips screwdriver, I think I already said that, step bit, punch set, and the spanner wrench for the tap that's already on there. I'm going to take that off. I have to be very careful. This is painted black, so I don't want to scratch the crap out of it. So the first step here, because I need to rotate this thing about probably like 45 degrees, and I don't know if I'll get that with these screws, so I may end up having to drill new hole patterns on the base so that I can rotate it on this collar, because this is a twist and lock collar on that Keggerator. I'm going to look at that real quick, take that off, and see if just moving that over one bolt pattern is sufficient to get the angle I need. Otherwise I'll be drilling new holes in the base. Okay, back. So it's just a cheap little spanner wrench that came with it, but if you some of you guys that are mechanics will have different sets of spanner wrenches. Some that are this end here is kind of rocks around, so it gives you the ability to grab different diameters. But this is the one that came with it, so that's what I'm using to take this off. Now the next thing is to pop this cap off. This is just a press fit, but I can't seem to peel it off with my fingernails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive a blunt object down the inside there and try to avoid what's in here on the hoses if I can get around it, and try to pop this cap off from the inside out. 30-30 bore rod did the trick. I was able to just give it a couple of taps evenly on either side to get it to come out. It was a little rugged trying to come out. It actually put a little bit of a divot on there. You can barely see it. I'm not going to worry about that. But, the main thing is that I didn't scratch the crap out of this thing, so it's still well for the wear. But you can see down inside there, it's got an insulator on there that I may or may not be able to keep in there. We'll see. Take this thing and rotate it so that I can get the next tap in there. Like I said, I'll probably have to stagger it somewhat, a little lower than the other, just because of the 90 is probably going to bump into the other one if I try to put it on the same level. Oh yeah, it'll be right on top of each other, so yeah, I'm going to have to stagger it lower. Right, so the tap tower is taken apart. I took the original tap off so I could slide this chrome ring off of it, so I don't keep sliding up and down on there for now while I'm working on this. Now I'm going to take the remaining screws off of this base and see if I can't rotate it over. If not, I'll be creating new hole patterns to get me that angle I'm looking for. Now the tap, since I'm going to put it lower, I don't really need to be way over. I can be over just a little, so that way I can keep either glass on no matter what tap I'm on the drip tray. That's the goal. Right, so I temporarily mounted that down. What I kind of forgot when I put this together is that I think it was designed, when you think about well, it's slotted for one, so the screws aren't tight, but let's take that off real quick. See this bottom base, how it's molded? I was thinking that usually they try not to retool the molds in the injection molding. So I was thinking that this thing must be able to come with 1 or 2 taps. So instead of having to injection mold 2 different ones for a single tap and another one for a dual tap, they would just make this in such a way that if you put it in this direction, it gives you the right angle. And if you go 180 degrees out and then re-bolt that, see how that's perfect 90 degrees? Now when you move these screws, this tower over 90 degrees, it actually lines up where that hole is directly in front. But because I take the base, rotate it 180 degrees, oops, not locked in, and move the hole pattern over 1 to the left, it actually lines that thing up, I think, where I need to be. I'm still on the drip tray, and if I stagger the other one right here, I'm still on the drip tray. So I didn't really have to drill any new holes, I just needed to move it over and then spin the base 180 degrees out from where I was before, because they're going to interfere with each other. So I need to be down here, about like that, and measure where I'm going to punch in this center, this tap. That's the tricky part. That's the part that's going to it's going to be a measure 10 times, drill once kind of thing. Okay, I'm committed. I drilled my hole. So now I'm going to use the step bit and open that up to the right. Right, so just they're loosely mounted at the moment. I haven't put the ring down through or the hoses down through the top yet. But looking at that, I don't see any issue why I won't be able to plumb that. And I can still pour on the drip tray. Whoops. I feel that's a success. I'll show the plumbing in a minute. And that was the most tenuous part of this project. So it's done. Just let you know, on these hoses, instead of taking a match to them or whatever, just get near boiling water and just soak the hose in it for a few seconds, and it'll slide right on. Simple. Two taps are on there. The hoses fit down there alright. It's a little tight getting that in there, but it all fit. Put the cap on and finish the plumbing end on the keg side. Okay, tap handle's kind of weak on on the left side, but it's done. It works. Of course, they both fit in there. We knew that. That manifold is all hooked up. I got 5 feet of hose on both taps, so it's not crazy when you pour it anymore. But it's hard to do with 2 hands. This is way too early, but it's only been in there for 48 hours since it came out of the secondary. But my God, it's good. It's really refreshing. So just needs a slice of orange. So cheers. Yeah.